Hi guys, and welcome to episode 5 of my Feed the Beast Let's Play. So since last episode, I've done a little bit of mining. I've turned all of the ores into ingots, like ground it all up, cooked it all up. I thought I'd get that off camera, there's no sense making you all watch that. I also went to the desert, got some sand. I'm cooking some of that sand into glass at the moment. Also managed to get some clay. Now, the main reason that I wanted the sand and the clay is to make our next piece of equipment, because what I'm thinking of doing is I've got a little bit here that I'm going to sort of mine out, and that's going to basically be our machine room where we're going to process all of our ores automatically and whatnot. However, it's a bit of a pain in the backside mining it all, you know, one block at a time with a pickaxe. So what I'm aiming to do is to speed that process up with a new shiny tool. So first things first, we're going to need some clay, some sand, and some gravel. And if we put that together, there we go, and we'll get some gravel. There we go, and that'll start turning into bricks. I'm also going to cook up some of this. Yeah, and you'll see that we'll get seared bricks. Now, 4 seared bricks are going to make like a block of seared bricks, and with 3 of those, it's a bit pricey on the iron. We're going to need 4 blocks of iron. But with all that, we'll basically be able to make a tool forge. And with a tool forge, you gain access to different tools that you otherwise wouldn't be able to make with your regular tool station. So let's have a look at the iron. I mean, we've got a relatively nice amount of iron at the moment. So let's see how expensive this is going to be. We've got plenty of iron. So just make 4. And put the rest of the iron away. The joys of waiting for things to finish cooking. How's a glass? Awesome. Now that's out of the way. Put us together there. That's 3 seared bricks. Oh, we also got the mighty smelting book. As you do different tasks through the Tinker's Construct, you'll start to get these books. And what these books do, they basically just teach you bits and pieces about Tinker's Construct itself, like some of the things that you need to get other parts going. It tells you about how to make different like ores and make ingots and such. Which obviously we'll get to that quite soon. But for now, I want 3 seared bricks like that, 4 blocks of iron like that, and then finally the tool station in the centre. And that's a tool forge. So put that back there. And you'll see now we've got access to a lot more tools that we didn't have before. Now what I'm thinking of making is a hammer. Now that's going to require a hammerhead, 2 of these face looking things, and instead of the normal tool rod that we were using, this is a larger tool rod basically. We're about to get a visitor. Perhaps not. Okay, so we're going to need some more stencils. 4 will do for now. Okay, so we need one of those patterns. One of the hammerhead patterns. And there we go, a tough tool rod pattern. You can throw all them in there. And what we'll do is, for now, obviously this isn't going to be the best tool, but we'll make the tough tool rod out of some bone. And we will make the hammer head itself out of cobble. That's what they call large plates, and the large plates will do the same thing. We'll make them out of cobble as well. Awesome. Now I'll put all that together. And we've got a hammer. And there we go, I'll just deal with these. Thank you. Now, the hammer, in my mind, is one of the best tools for something like this. I mean, if we just clear this sort of space here, and hit the centre block, there we go. See, it mines in a 3x3 area. So, making sort of like an underground base and getting things sorted out, it just makes things so much faster and smoother. Now, what I'm going to do is make it 9x9. That includes the wall, so there'll be a 7x7 space inside. I'm going to go deal with those things, they're really starting to annoy me. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to make it a 9x9, so the actual space in here will be a 7x7. Now the reason we're going to do that is because of the lighting more than anything, which I'll show you in a second. So we know in width it's 7, there's 7 spaces here, whereas this way there's only 6, so we need to take this wall back one. There we go. Now the reason for that is if I push F7, you'll see this little red spot on the floor. What that means is mobs can spawn here at any point. But if we take the centerpieces like that, let's get rid of that one as well. You'll see that the room is perfectly lit up. There's no red splodges whatsoever. So that's that, we've got the room set up now. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is we could do it setting up some bits and pieces, get some machines on the go. So, if we just go into here, thermal expansion, that's going to bring up all the thermal expansion stuff there. So, the main thing that we're going to need is a steam dynamo. Now, a steam dynamo is what's going to generate the power. It's not too expensive to make. So first things first, let's get the transmission coil. So we need silver and some redstone. So 2 pieces of redstone, a piece of silver. That's that. The next thing that we're going to need is we're going to need some copper gears. Now we could do this with sticks, we could make stick gears, upgrade them to stone gears and so on and so forth, but for the sake of time, what I'm going to do is just get some iron and get some copper. And there we go, we've got 2 copper gears. So next, what we're after is we need just 3 pieces of copper and a piece of redstone. Right, and what we could do is we could manually place them all in place and get it up that way. However, if we want to be lazy like me, then if you just click on this here, and then if you hold down shift and push that that question mark there, it will put the items from your inventory into the grid for you. So that's it, we've got a steam dynamo. Now, what we would like next is a pulverizer, if we can help it. So for a pulverizer, we need 4 iron, 1 gold, and 4 glass. Which is why I was cooking that glass up before. So if we take the 4 iron, 1 gold, and we already have the glass there. So we'll do it this way, pulverizer, machine frame, and there we go. So next we need a reception coil, which for that is gold and redstone. Again, really low, this redstone. I'll definitely have to mine some more. So there's a reception coil. Next thing we're going to need is a piston. So for a piston, we're going to need a little bit of redstone, a little bit of iron, some cobble that we already have, and some wood. So that's fine. And there we go. So the wood, cobble, iron, redstone. And that's the piston. So next, all we need is 2 copper and 2 flint. So the copper, we've got that. Now the flint, we've only got 1 for the minute. But what we can do, if we just take this gravel, take the shovel. Oh, that shovel lasted ages. There we go. Now, when you mine gravel, obviously it has a chance to drop flint. So, more than anything at the moment, we're playing luck of the draw. Just in case of seeing what we get. And there we go, we got a piece of flint. So, that's good. So, we go into here, we go to pulverizer, and then shift click. And there we go. So, we've got a steam dynamo, we've got the pulverizer. Awesome. Next thing that we want to make, we're going to want to get some copper and some glass, which we've already got. I derped for a second there. So 1 copper, 3 and 4 glass is going to get a portable tank. Now with the portable tank, you can basically fill it with water or lava, and more or less any liquid, and then you can transport it anywhere you want. Now if you put it down there, if we were to try and mine that, there's a pretty high chance that we'd probably just break it. So what we need for that is a nice new little tool, which is the crescent hammer. So with the crescent hammer, if we shift and right click, we pick it up. So we've got a bucket. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick run down here. I hope that there's no creepers. Oh look, the farm's coming along nicely. We've got some cotton there, we might actually be able to get the bed. So a portable tank there. And we start to fill it up. And you can see it says that it holds 8,000 millibuckets, or MB for short. 1,000 millibuckets is 1 full bucket. So this can hold 8 buckets at a time, and it can be upgraded with different metals and such. Like, we can make it much bigger. I think the top tier, it can hold 64, yeah, about 64 buckets worth. Which obviously wouldn't surprise me if we have one of those at some point. Oh, a bit of string. Awesome. So we've got the tank full of water. We've got the pulverizer, we've got the steam dynamo. Now, the last thing that we need now, which I'm hoping we've got enough redstone for, we need a leadstone energy conduit, which we need 6 redstone, 2 lead, and 1 glass. We do. We have just enough redstone. However, we don't appear to have any lead. So, I'll skip ahead, I'll go grab some lead, and I will be back soon. Okay, I'm back, and we've got some lead. I'm just grinding it up now. Now, hopefully, this will be the last time that we'll have to manually grind something up like this. So, let's check how it's doing. 2 for now, that's enough. We'll just cook that up. I might as well get things set up in the crafting grid so that it's nice and ready. There we go. And there we go. Leadstone energy conduits. Now if we go into what's going to be our machine room, we'll clear this up. I'll probably do that off camera. So where do we want it? I think for now we're going to put the pulverizer just there, with the steam dynamo there, and the energy conduit just there. So now if we go into this, it looks really quite complicated. It's not, trust me. This little bit here, this is the energy. This is how much it can store, and the RF stands for redstone flux. All these different colours are basically ways of telling the machine what to do and where to take items from. Now, for now, I'm just going to shift click that centre bit there, and it's going to get rid of all of this. We don't need that for now. What we do need is we need to connect this steam dynamo to that conduit. Now, easy way to do it, we take the crescent hammer, we just right click, and it'll attach itself because it's adjacent to it. Now we're going to take the potable tank, and that's going to go just there on top. Now the steam dynamo has a couple of different grids, which you can see. How this basically works is this little box here we use to put the solid fuel in, because the steam dynamo needs solid fuel and liquid to get going. So we would put coal in here like that, and it needs water as well, so that it can, it can get hot, turn the water into steam. And then the steam dynamo can then convert that steam into energy, which is then going to get pumped down this conduit and into the pulverizer. So we've got that, and why is that not going? Well, the reason that's not going is because we need to turn that blue bit there from input to output mode. Right click, and there you go. The water's gone in, the steam dynamo is activated, it's starting to generate power. So if we go over here, we can see that this is starting to fill up now. So we're getting somewhere nice, we're in a good place. Now you can put ores in here, and it'll double it up just the way that the grindstone upstairs does. You can also put ingots in there if you want to turn it back into dust, because some recipes need it. So for instance, if we plonk that straight into there, you can see now that at quite a fast pace as well, it's turning it into copper dust. And that's it. So the next step that we're aiming to do is we'd like to get our hands on a redstone furnace. A redstone furnace is going to do basically what these furnaces do, but not only is it faster, but there's a lot of customization to it. You can set things up. For instance, in this grid here, as I say, if we were to set this bit here to blue, then it could pull items from the side. But the way that I normally do it is I'd set the top to blue, and I'd put a hopper on top of it with the items I want to go in and cook and to grind up in there. And then I'd set the right side, which is here, to orange. And the reason for that is items will come from the hopper into the pulverizer, they'd grind it up into dust, and then it'd pass it through to the right. So that's why the redstone furnace is going to be here. The redstone furnace would then collect from the pulverizer, cook it into ingots, and then I could put a chest next to the redstone furnace just there with the output mode on the right. So what would happen is the moment the redstone furnace has cooked it up, it would then put the items in the chest for me, which means when I go mining and I collect a load of stuff, I just have to run in this room, drop it all in the hopper, and then just go away, and it'd be fine. It'd do it all for us. So that's what I'm thinking of doing next episode. So for now, I think we've reached the wrapping up point. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next episode. Bye.